Hello everybody, welcome to Skyhammer 40k, where we talk about Warhammer 40k every day. Today I want to talk about Terminators, and you know that we have got a new edition coming. 10th edition is just round the corner. It might be released, or it will be released in summer, probably in June. We still don't know when, but I suppose it's going to be in June, let's be honest. And I want to talk about Terminators because there's a new post here on Warhammer community talking about how durable, how tough Terminators are right now in the new edition. Right now, well, I mean, at this moment, today, the 10th edition hasn't been released, but how tough they are in the new edition, alright? So, let's go through this. I want to talk about this. We're going to analyze everything here, and at the same time I want to give you my point of view on Terminators as a Blood Angels player and as an Iron Warriors player. Here it says just how tough are Terminators in the new edition of Warhammer 40k. Terminators have been cracking Sinus skulls for nearly 35 years. The new edition has put a mighty spring in their step. And now we've got the whole squad assembled, it's time to find out how they actually perform under battlefield conditions. In case you missed it, unit datasheets have had a major transformation. All armies will be getting a pack of datasheet cards to revamp their units when the new edition launches. And it's time to look at another of these datasheets, the Terminator squads. Well, the first thing that I need to say about this is that the models are simply brilliant. This is what Terminators should have been from the very beginning. Obviously, I suppose that 35 years ago it was almost impossible, or basically impossible, to produce this type of models with these fine details and everything. I suppose that right now we are getting the models that we deserved, and come on. Look at these models here, they are absolutely brilliant. I love them. I love the pose, the threatening image that they have. It's absolutely amazing. I love this model. And to be honest, I wasn't sure about what they were going to do with Terminators, if they were going to resize them, as they have already had, as we are seeing right now, or if they were going to change the model, change the armor and everything, and they decided to do the best thing that they could do, which is to redesign them but keeping the same armor and the same feel and everything. You see them and they are Terminators, that's it. A lot of people were afraid of what they might have done with them, but well, they did a spectacular job here. It's absolutely amazing. I love them, love these models. Now, if we go to the datasheet here, we see movement of 5 inches, toughness 5, save of 2+, 3 wounds, leadership 6+, and objective control 1. Here we've got the rules for the weapons, and it's interesting to know that ballistic skills, attacks, and strength, and AP, and damage, everything is here, okay? So you don't see ballistic skills or weapon skills in the profile of the miniature, just next to the weapons. So we've got the assault cannon here, devastating wounds, the missile launcher, heavy flamer, and storm bolter. Rapid fire too. Okay, well, it's quite good. Heavy flamer ignores cover and everything here. You can see that. I think it's quite interesting to see all the figures that we've got here, all the numbers. And here we've got the melee weapons, chain fist, anti-vehicle 3, power fist, and power weapon. It's quite interesting that chain fists have got this keyword, anti-vehicle, because this will give chain fist a particular role, a specific role on the battlefield that I think that they didn't have in previous editions. Here we also, so basically, a chain fist is like a power fist. The numbers are the same, The characteristics are the same, but weapon skills is a little bit worse. It's a little bit worse, but at the same time, it has got this anti-vehicle keyword here that will make them extremely effective against vehicles. So I think this is quite good. At the same time, we've got some abilities. Teleport Homer at the start of the battle. You can set up one Teleport Homer token for this unit anywhere on the battlefield that is not in your opponent's deployment zone. If you do, once per battle, you can target this unit with the Rapid Ingress Stratagem for OCP. But when resolving the stratagem, you must set this unit up within 3 inches horizontally of that token and not within 9 inches horizontally of any enemy model. That token is then removed. It's interesting that it says 3 inches, 9 inches horizontally. That's interesting because, you know, when we had buildings with different floors and everything, it got a little bit confusing in the past in different editions. So right now it says horizontally. So from my point of view, for me, this is quite interesting. Fury of the First. Each time a model in this unit makes an attack, you can ignore any of all modifiers to that attack's ballistic skills or weapon skill characteristics, and or to the hit roll. In addition, each time a model in this unit makes an attack that targets the enemy unit you selected for the Oath of the Moment ability this turn, add 1 to the hit roll. We still don't know about Oath of the Moment, which is the special rule of the faction. We don't know much about that, but as soon as we know, I will make a video explaining it, talking about that, and giving my thoughts on it. One of the core design goals for the new edition of Warhammer 40k is to make notably tough units tougher and allow them to withstand punishment befitting their reputation. Terminators, for instance, retain their iconic 2+ save but get an increased toughness of 5 and a 4+ invulnerable save right out of the gate, boosting the resistance to mass low strength weapon and armor piercing cannons alike. Great, great. More toughness. I never understood why Terminators still had toughness 4 in the past and an invulnerable save of 4+. That sounds absolutely stunning. Brilliant. I really like these changes. I think Terminators are going to be what they should have been in the past. They were never this tough, but now they're super tough. And that, for me, it's really, really important, because as a Blood Angels player, I never used my Terminators. Well, maybe in different battles, but I ended up using different models, different units that I thought that were more interesting on the battlefield. Like, for example, this unit here, you can see this is one of my Sanguinary Guards. I love this model. It's absolutely brilliant, although it's a little bit small right now, if you take into account the new size and everything. And I have to make a video about Primaries Space Marines, because it looks like they're not talking about Primaries anymore, trying to dilute, one way or another, the concept of normal Firstborn Space Marines and Primaries Space Marines. Their leadership score of 6+ is also excellent in the new edition, on par with most characters. Though, with an objective control score of just 1, they'll need some help from intercessors to hold down the fort. These vaunted First Company veterans are a tough nut to crack, and as we're about to see, they will be dishing out the hurt too much. Okay, so here we've got another picture which is absolutely brilliant. I can't wait to see them painted in red. Stone Bolters and Power Fists go together like cheese and wine. The former has a new look rapid fire weapon ability that gives you extra shots within half range. So, with Rapid Fire 2 on top of the weapon base attacks value of 2, they can still fire 4 times within 12 inches. Here you've got the weapon ability Rapid Fire. Rapid Fire weapons are capable of long-ranged precision shots or controlled bursts at nearby targets. Weapons with rapid fire X in their profile are known as rapid fire weapons. Each time such a weapon targets a unit within half that weapon's range, the attack's characteristic of that weapon is increased by the amount denoted by X. Power fists are a little more spicy. They're less unwieldy now, hitting on 3+, while chain fists shred armor with the new anti-vehicle 3+ ability. Anti-abilities, this is the explanation, covering many different keywords like infantry, monster, and vehicle. We're going to see anti-infantry, anti-monster, anti-vehicle. Produce a critical wound on any wound roll that matches or beats the specific score, regardless of the target's toughness. This makes for specialized weapons that excel in their field, but don't stay equally deadly against other target types. Here you have it, okay? This is the description of the anti-weapon. Certain weapons are the bane of a particular foe. Weapons with anti-keyword X+ in their profile are known as anti-weapons. Each time an attack is made with such a weapon against a target with the keyword after the word anti, an unmodified wound roll of X+ scores a critical wound. Several other Terminator weapons have their own abilities, like devastating wounds on the assault cannon, and we'll be covering these at a later date. Obviously, when this information is released, you will have it here in the channel. Abilities: almost every datasheet in the game has its own special ability, many of which used to be stratagems. Teleport Homer makes use of the rapid ingress court stratagem to deep strike in your opponent's turn. You know, they are cutting down the stratagems. We're not going to have dozens of stratagems. I think it's 6 per army or something like that, because most of the stratagems will be included in the abilities of the units that use those set stratagems. So here you've got rapid ingress, we talked about that, but here we see when, okay? So when, the end of your opponent's movement phase, target one unit from your army that is in reserves. Effect, your unit can arrive on the battlefield as if it were the reinforcement step of your movement phase. Restrictions, you cannot use this stratagem to enable a unit to arrive on the battlefield during a battle round. It would not normally be able to do so. Okay, so here you go. At the same time, Fury of the First, meanwhile, makes Terminators specially effective at destroying the target of the Oath of the Moment, which is the Space Marine faction ability. We'll find out what this does tomorrow, when we take our first look at the faction rules. As soon as we know that, we'll talk about it. There's much more to come from the new edition in the coming weeks on Warhammer community, so sign up, blah blah blah. Alright, so we know that. I'm super excited about this. I don't know how you see it. Please write a comment, leave a comment on the section below. I want to know what you all think about this. And I'm super excited. I have to say that I never liked that much the previous models of Terminators. Here you can see this image again, because I thought that the poses were a little bit weird. Classic Terminators had a too static pose. I didn't like that pose. It was like as if they were a statue or something. And the last models, which are not these ones that we're seeing here on the screen, but the previous ones had very weird poses and the proportions were not good, and I didn't like them very much. And I ended up not using the Terminators. It looks like in this edition we're going to be using Terminators way more than before. Obviously I continued using my Chaos Terminators with my Iron Warriors because I liked it. I liked the models of Chaos Terminators more than what we had for the Loyalists. But right now, with these models, oh my god, I'm super excited. I couldn't be more excited, and I can't wait to know more. So that's it for now. This is it. Now it's your turn for you to reply in the comment section and tell me what you think about the new Terminators. How many Terminators have you got? What army do you play? Do you love Space Marines? What do you think about these new Terminators? Are you looking forward to fielding them and using them on battles, in your battles in the new edition? Let me know what you think, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that YouTube can tell you when new content is posted here in the channel. I'll see you in the next video, and don't forget, the Emperor protects.